Hello everybody, welcome! Sorry, I'm late. I no excuse, sorry I'm late. Hello Nimby. Hello my 𝑳𝒊𝒏𝒌�, and thank you for gift member. It paused before it got gifted. It's always a gamble when you get gift members. Hello, Stefan. Welcome. Yes, welcome. Thank you. And let me eat. Let me drink water. Welcome, chat. Welcome. We are here. We're gonna play more games, more visual novels. Let me just check the game, see if I need to mention anything special. Because sometimes developers are like, hey, tell them about this thing, and then I forgot, and then it's like, oh no, I forgot. Hello, welcome Azura. How are you doing? Doing Gucci gumdrops? Okay, let's see. What do I need to do? I forgot what I needed to do other than check the game and stuff. Wait, I'll check the game first. Oh wait, no, I remember. Ow. Okay. Where are you? Where is the games? Okay, let's see. Today we're playing 2 games, by the way, by the same developers. Let's see, which one is shorter? Briar, congratulations. Hello, Mau. Welcome, Mau. Why are you congratulating me for? But hello, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, which one is shorter? Which one should we start first? On winning at the Game Awards, I won. I wasn't even nominated, but thank you. We can play the short one first. The short one's we can play the shorter one. Let me see. Okay, there's nothing special that I need to mention, but they did give a guide in case I get stuck in the game. So that's good. Let me tweet out the name. Today we are... Wait. Oh, okay. Today we are playing... Today we are playing not one, but 2 visual novels by Briar. Wait, what do you mean why? What do you mean why? I didn't do anything. I did nothing. Why you cute? Why am I cute? Well, because the art that was drawn of that makes up my motto is cute. Anyway, okay, this is the first game. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Wow!
Your trumpet has been struck by lightning. Donated 2.00.
Oh my god! Thank you for $2.
Die luster sehr stranest zugleichen schaffen lust.
Okay, what? What was? Oh, okay. Wait, is that German? You got him to speak German? What do you make him say? There's like quotation marks. Is it from like something? Well, thank you for $2. And write it down. German. Turn them German. Festival. The passion for destruction is a creative passion too. Nice. Being destructive is a creative passion. Good morning, Fukustar. How are you? How are you doing? I saw you were watching the Game Awards today. I was lurking a little bit. Let me... Okay, I'm still tweeting out the stream. Bear with me. Bear with me. Goonin was an anarchist. Oh my gosh. What kind of anarchist? Is it like a philosophizing kind? I'm good. Hope you enjoyed my read. I don't think I was tuned into the rage portions. I was tuned in to like some of the portions where they were announcing some games. So it wasn't really that really ragey. Okay, I'm tweeting out the game. Tweeting out the game. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure. Oh yeah, right. I mean, I never rage. Totally. You totally don't rage. Okay, let me boot up the first game. Today we're playing two games. They're both dating games, kind of. Like one is, they're both by the same developers. One is like more fantasy, like Eastern fantasy, and the other one's like more dark academia. He believed in propaganda by the deed, violent overthrowing of the government. Oh my god, what overthrowing of the government? Say it again. Yes, I think so. I think it's not going to be like straightforward dates, I think, for this one, but it's gonna be like this one's gonna be like maybe it's more like a love story type thing. They're both demos. It's not full game. In the car, we can't wait to pick you up on our first date. Oh my gosh, we're going on a date? Hello, Mutsara, welcome. Okay, let me boot up the game. I'm gonna also drink more water, because I didn't drink enough water before stream. Water! Water, good. Hydrate. Why? Well, I drank a little bit and then I didn't refill my bottle. I only refill. Oh my god, it's loud. Until right before stream. One sec. Okay, there we go. Let me just. Okay, window mode. Oh, there's only 2. Okay. Setting up a guy. Okay. Back. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Okay, let's see. Maybe let's see if it appears with game capture. Okay, game capture. Okay, it's still black screen right now, but okay, it does appear. But if I alt tab, it's gonna cut out the audio. So this is the first demo. This is Okami. I think you're supposed to date the fox guy. Okay, let me read the actually no, don't read it. I was gonna read like the game stuff, but let's just jump into it. Let's be surprised. It's just a demo. I think it's gonna be like an hour. I was told. And I think wait, what? Let me just double check. Where are the developers from? I think the developers are in Southeast Asia, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me just double check. Where are they from? Where are they from? Tell me where are you from? Yeah, there's an Indonesian game dev studio. So it's Southeast Asian game studio. All right, start game first. Ah, I hit my foot, but it didn't hurt. I just reflexively said ow. Okay, black screen. Well, this is it, isn't it? Okay, today I'm going to today I'm not going to do voices, because I think if I do voices, they'll kill my throat more. And we'll try and finish both games. They should take 1 hour and 2 hours respectively. So just now 3 hours. Okay. Well, this is it, isn't it? Oh, wait, is this why? That can be it. Okay. I press my palm against the counter, feeling its every imperfection warm smooth by years of care. Head pat. Thank you for head pat. Every step in these halls, every creak in the floorboards, I've memorized them all. After tonight, none of it will belong to me anymore. Strange, I thought I'd feel sadder. I've spent a lifetime here, and now I'm too old to take care of it. A ryokan without its keeper is just an empty house waiting to be forgotten. How many times have I cleaned these counters and mopped these floors, greeting guests who came and went like fleeting whispers. I wondered if I would ever find someone to walk these halls with me, not just pass through them, someone who would wake up beside me every morning. But no one stayed. No one made an impression. Hello, TA. Well, oh my god. There were footsteps, and I was like, what? But hello, TA. Welcome. Good morning. I made my way. Oh, we just started, by the way. I made my way toward the onsen, my knees protesting with every step. I should have let myself enjoy my life more. A persistent thought haunted me, refusing to fade away even in the quiet moments after the guests had departed. Did I live well? I spent my youth building this place, holding on to it with everything I had, and in the end, it doesn't even matter. There's no one left to hold on to me. So that's the real regret. Well, it's too late to dwell on it now. I brace a hand against the wall as I push myself upright. My back cracks, but I force myself to stand with a groan, but my foot slips. Uh-oh. I'm dead. There's a moment of weightlessness, followed by a sharp crack as the back of my head meets the stone. Then cold. Water rushes over me, pulling at my limbs. My fingers grasp for an anchor, but meet only emptiness. As the world blurs and my vision tilts, I catch a glimpse of steam swirling above, rising into a night sky that feels infinite and dark. Perhaps in another life. Well, I'm dead. Nyeh. My head feels like someone's hosting a drum circle in there. I inhale, hoping to be greeted by the cozy scents of aged wood and warm sake, but instead, what's that smell? Salt, fragrant smoke, and sweet aroma of osmanthus? Osmanthus is yummy. Instead of my dimly lit ryokan room, I see red, a bridge covered in mist. This isn't my ryokan. A sharp chill sinks into my spine. I died, didn't I? The Red Bridge of Souls. I've heard the stories. A place between, a crossing for lost souls. And here I am, on a bridge between a life already lived and whatever comes next. But why does everything sound so loud? I can hear whispers, low murmurs, the occasional laughter. Seriously, my ears are starting to ache. Wait. Ears? A creeping suspicion settles in. I lift my hands. Those aren't my hands, are they? My fingers are slender, smooth, sharp nails, sharper than I remember. Claws? My breath catches. I stare at my arms, my legs. No more wrinkles, no more gnarled knuckles, no more aching bones. Instead, I'm youthful, glowing, radiant. We're a pretty lady. Oh my gosh. My jaw drops. I pat down my arms, firm. I press a hand to my stomach, flat. I trail higher. No way. My hands fly to my chest. They're perky. Oh my gosh. When you're old, you miss that. By the spirits above, I have booba again. Perky, full, no sag, no back pain. This is a miracle. These are the booba of a woman in her prime, not a retired ryokan owner who needed at least 2 layers of fabric and a prayer to hold them up before. But before I can fully appreciate this cruel miracle, something moves behind me. No. I turn my head slowly. A tail, also Ninky. A red furred tail sways behind me, wagging. Oh, my hands tremble even more, trying to make sense of everything. My skin, my tail, my lack of... Oh, I'm naked. I am as bare as the day I was born, but with a tail, claws, and apparently some kind of booba enhancement. Oh no. A breeze rolls across the bridge. My entire, very exposed, freshly revived, nobody was supposed to see this body prickles. Stay calm, stay dignified. But of course, there is no dignity left to be had. I crouch down, wrapping my... Oh wait. I'm covering the character one sec. Come on, Noba, we gotta move. I'll move Nova. Hold on. Nova can be here. You okay, Nova? Oh my god, he can barely see. He needs a stepping stool. There we go. You okay, Nova? Okay, he's okay. Good morning. Go Mudbugs, welcome. You missed Booba. I crouch down, wrapping my arms around my knees and curling my tail around myself, like I'm trying to create a makeshift modesty shield. But I am not alone. I hear footsteps. No, more like claw steps, followed by rustling robes, and then something that sounds suspiciously like skittering. I do not turn to look. Absolutely not. I am not entertaining whatever fresh horror that was. A shadow looms behind me. A robed figure glides past, does a double take, then slowly backs away. Another one, sporting a long serpentine tail, grins at me, showing off a mouthful of sharp teeth. I pretend I didn't see it. Okay, breathe. Red bridge, spirits, the rules of death. Then I am surrounded by spirits, possibly man-eating spirits. I will not be making eye contact with anything that looks like it might eat me. Deep breath. Focus. I've handled rowdy nobles, drunken guests, and several matchmaking attempts. I can handle this. Alright, first things first, clothes. And then I figure out what in the world just happened to me. I push myself up, careful, composed, and... New arrival, huh? Cute tail. Followed by a burst of laughter. Oh, splendid! Public humiliation on day one. Lovely. Alright, breathe, pretend you're fine. My fingers twitch, and something deep inside me whispers, move low, stay quick, bare your teeth if you must. And for once, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. Come now, old girl, you've handled worse than this. I steel myself. Back straight, chin up. Oh no, too fast! Suddenly, gravity remembers I exist. The bridge vanishes, the lanterns blur, the night air rushes past me like a betrayal. Oh my gosh, I'm in the water again. Not this again. Water, again, but this time it feels different. Ah, I seem to be breathing underwater. An improvement from earlier, but also an insult. Didn't I already drown today? I feel like I should get a free pass on the second one. But before I can decide to stay here out of sheer stubbornness, the water stirs. A hand grabs me with a firm grip that says, stop embarrassing yourself and get out of my river. Before I can properly swoon at the sheer commanding nature of it, I'm pulled upward. My head breaks the surface and finally, I see him. Also, I think the audio might be a little too loud. No, not the BGM, it's the SFX. It's a little too loud. Okay. Oh my. Now, I've seen many men in my life. Strong men, handsome men, men who paid extra for the private onsen package. But this one, he is something else entirely. He's got a mask. How are you judging him when he has a mask on? White hair slicked against sharp, sculpted features. Mask covering a tall, broad figure clad in heavy robes, looking every bit like an ancient spirit who has been reluctantly saddled with bodyguard duty. His breath is steady, but I can see the exhaustion in his stance. He looks like an old war banner, torn, faded, but still standing out of sheer spite. Which is still terribly attractive, by the way. And then I feel warmth. His outer kimono draped over my shoulders, his hand lingering just long enough to ensure it stays. My. It's been quite some time since I was last impressed by a handsome young man, and with such grave solemnity too. By the way, our character is an old lady. She hit her head and she perished, and now she's reborn as like a new, like a naked young lady. You alright? Tell him he looks dashing. Just straight up like, oh my gosh, so dash. Thank you. I'm fine, thank you. How fortunate that you were here. I place a hand over my chest. He watches me, unreadable behind his mask, before nodding slightly. Can you walk? Is this your fantasy? No. More than I ever have before, actually. He slowly extends his hand. Come, I will help you cross. Well, since you're insisting, I take his hand. This man's grip is steady, warm, and with a quiet kind of carefulness. And together, we walk. This is a dream, isn't it? Does it feel like one? I hum, observing him as if he were an interesting specimen. Well, well, I can tell he's beautifully exhausted beneath that mask. What does it mean by beautifully exhausted? I don't know. You're rather intriguing for a dream. His grip on my wrist tightens slightly. Ah, that got a reaction. Because it is not a dream. Well, I suppose if I had to fall into anyone's arms, yours aren't the worst. But this old lady got riz. He doesn't respond, but gently nudges his head forward. You should stand soon, before the cold sets in. Straight back to business then, of course. You are a yokai now. The words hit me like a ladle of cold miso down the back. I thought as much, but hearing it said out loud. Ah, so this is real then. Well, Akine, you have two choices. Fall into an existential crisis or flirt your way through it. Oh my god, this old lady. Okay, wait. Say another sleep. How scandalous! I blink up at him, pretending to be all innocent. Oh my, how scandalous! Am I a pretty one? You are an Okami, great wolf deity. Oh, by the way, the title of this game is Okami Okami. You're not answering my question, dear. I notice his shoulders tense up a bit. His fingers flex like he's deciding between folding his arms or saying something. I grin. My tail swishes behind me, matching my glee. He lets out a tiny grunt and turns his head like that'll end this conversation. We should keep moving. Oh, he is fun. Alright, so it's true. I died with unfinished business and came back all supernatural. Humans do not become yokai without cause. Let me guess. Strong emotions, right? The classic cocktail, all in one, desire, longing, and a splash of regret. They always say intense feelings linger after death, and I was practically soaked in it. You understand then? I curl my fingers into the fabric of the kimono around me, grounding myself. It's real, heavy, like the weight of everything I couldn't let go. I didn't want to die alone. That was my final thought. For a moment, only the river answers me. It was powerful enough. Ha! All that yearning and I end up half drowned in a clingy kimono with a ruggedly handsome masked man. I called it a tragedy, but the shoulders are compensation enough. Or simply enough to refuse fading quietly. Not a denial, nor an answer either, but close enough. I spent my entire life running a ryokan, only to die and become a yokai. Some might call that a bit on the nose. Oh well, alright then, what now? You decide that. A remarkably casual response for something that should be an important revelation. As simple as that? Yes, after all, even as a yokai, it's still your life. Ah, so it comes with free will. Excellent. I was hoping this wouldn't be one of those ominous bound to an ancient curse situations. There's a faint smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth. Disappointed? Devastated. I look past him at the mist-covered bridge ahead. And where exactly were you heading before I made my graceful descent into the river? Home. Home, and where might that be? There. He lifts his chin slightly, and as if on cue, the mist moves to reveal a structure at the end of the bridge. Oh, you got a house. Is that a ryokan? Yes. A ryokan in the spirit world. Indeed. And you live there? Yes. I cross my arms, sizing him up. He's as unreadable as ever, but something about his tone is humoring me. With rooms? Yes. And is one of those rooms just so happen to be empty? He shifts ever so slightly, realizing that he has walked straight into whatever trap I have set. Perhaps. Oh dear, very fortunate for me. Oh my god, she's moving in. The old lady is moving in. His arms cross over his chest, and for a second I swear he's fighting back the urge to smug. And you intend to claim it, just like that? Well, I did just die and come back as a yokai. I feel like that entitles me to at least one complimentary perk. One. For now. I tap my chin, pretending to think. Tell you what, I'll earn it. Let me help out at your inn. Sweep a few hallways, clean the guest rooms, and look breathtaking while doing it. It'll be a fair trade. There is a beat of silence then. I have made a mistake. Wonderful! I'll take it. A long, slow exhale escapes him, and for a moment I think he might just walk right back into the river to escape this. Instead, without another word, he simply turns on his heel and continues walking. I follow him with a grin on my face. Oh man, this old lady is relentless. The ryokan looms ahead, and I can see the wooden panels softened by time and lanterns hanging limp from the eaves. It isn't in ruin, but it looks like it wouldn't mind the excuse to be. This is not quite what I pictured. Meowdy! Welcome ball! Let me drink more water. Oh wait, I should probably say. We are old lady, but no longer old lady, and we're trying to riz this guy, and we just try to move into his house. Yeah, that's basically it. Forget about the whole Dej thing. This old lady is very thirsty. Yeah, this old lady is very thirsty. Not exactly welcome, weary traveler. Enjoy your stay, is it? No. I give him a sidelong glance. He says nothing, but his pace is steady. This isn't how it used to be, is it? It was. A neat little deflection, but I have lived long enough to recognize it. I see. So expect me to believe this place was always this charming. I can practically hear the unspoken sigh before it leaves him. You are not going to let this go, are you? Not a chance. Wait, is that amusement I detect? And then at last we step inside. Oh. Not the good kind of oh. More like the, oh dear, what have I stumbled into? When you open a drawer and find a rotten snack that could double as an exorcism result. It's worse than I thought. A ryokan should be warm and inviting, but this place feels like it's waiting for someone to tell it it's over. This is a disaster. Yes. Well, just like that, no attempt to sugarcoat it. Would you believe me if I tried? Fair point. What happened here? I lost the power to run it. You say that like you misplaced it under a cushion. Would it have been easier if I had? Oh, interesting. And how long has it been like this? Very long. That at least I believe. I should just walk away. This is not my problem, nor my responsibility. But still, I know this feeling. I've lived this feeling. I know what this is like. You're far too tired of keeping this place, but you know it will die with you if you don't hold it together. His hands are unmoving, but his shoulders tremble, betraying him. Looks like a hidden nerve. Have you changed your mind then, about staying here? I blink. That wasn't what I planned to say. But looking at this place, I can't see an inn like this and walk away, not when it still has bones strong enough to stand. No, I haven't changed my mind. I'm not just going to help out. I'm gonna help you revitalize it. Because deep down, even after death, I'm still an Okami. Still someone who believes an inn like this deserves life. Oh, so the name is a pun. The name of the game is a pun. Help? Surely. You haven't been left to your own devices for so long that you've forgotten what that means. I am aware of the concept, but I don't need it. Oh, I'm sure you don't, but that doesn't mean you should turn it down. People offer help, then they live midway, or make it worse. So don't think of it as help then. Think of it as professional meddling. Persistent. And you're stubborn. He exhales slowly as though bracing himself. And what do you gain from this? A place to stay, obviously. You want to stay with me, even though we just met. He sounds more amused than betrayed. Yes, well, technically, I just died, so I think I'm entitled to make a few impulsive decisions. Besides, it's either your creepy ryokan or wandering around until something with detachable jaws decides I look crunchy. And my gut says, you're not the type to take advantage of a woman. I tilt my head slightly, watching for a twitch or any sign of protesting. Nothing, just calm, tired silence. Besides, you need help and I need purpose. Let's not complicate a mutually beneficial arrangement. And you assume you can do better in keeping this place than me. I know I can do better. His ears prick up as if I've genuinely surprised him. You claim experience then. Dear, I used to walk barefoot through corridors, balancing ledgers, calming guests, yelling at staff, all before breakfast. I let the silence hang, watching him piece it together. Then tell me, Okami-sama, what would you do to improve it? For starters, get rid of the cobwebs before they start charging rent. There's dust on every surface. The lanterns are so dim, I thought we were holding an exorcism. And I'm pretty sure I felt something evil whispering in that cupboard. I motioned toward the dust-covered reception table next. This looks alarmingly shoddy. Guests should feel welcome, not like they're auditioning for a background role in a ghost story. I glanced toward the empty seating area, where the chairs looked rather dusty and unkempt. My ears lowered instinctively. The sight tugs at a quiet ache in my chest. This place was meant to be lively, and now it just sags. Back in Mare, ryokan, oh, what a time that was. The lanterns always glowed warmly. The sake never stopped flowing, and I knew the name of every guest who ever dared to flirt with me. I may have been alone behind the curtains, but the halls never were. Laughter, footsteps, whispers in the night, sometimes scandalous, sometimes not. It was a home, noisy and beautiful and alive. While this is a shrine to silence. This whole place is a tragedy. And you believe you can fix this? I know I can fix this. It's arrogant. If you are as skilled as you claim. Yes, but you're welcome to test me. He studies me for a long moment, and I catch the precise moment he realizes he's going to lose this argument. Fine, but don't blame me when you fail. Now, there's the answer I was hoping for. You will work here then. Naturally. And you will follow my rules. Define follow. The man just turns on his heel, expecting me to follow. This is going to be entertaining. Well then, now that you've sort of accepted my offer, I suppose I should at least know who my boss is. Shimon. And who exactly are you, Shimon? I am one of the 4 mythical beasts. Is the Japanese, what's it? Japanese have like a thing where it's like a tiger, a turtle, a dragon, and one more thing, right? I don't remember. He answers with the casual indifference of someone commenting on the weather. I beg your pardon? Yeah, this one. The azure dragon, the vermilion bird, the white tiger, and the black tortoise. Yeah, they have like a 4 beast thing. Let me drink water. Very thirsty. I didn't drink much water before stream after I ate. I am the white tiger. As in the white tiger? The very same. Slowly, I let my gaze travel up and down, actually looking at him. This frail, wilting daikon radish of a man is the legendary Byakko? Huh. He watches me with quiet amusement. This man definitely knows what I'm thinking. And how, pray tell, does one of the 4 mythical beasts end up like this? That is not important. I think it's very important. You are free to think so. I exhale sharply through my nose. Fine, I'll let it go. For now. Fine, let's start over then. I'm Akine. Former Okami of Ryokan Tsukikage in the human world. I ran my ryokan for decades. I know how to handle guests, manage staff, and maintain order. Do you now? A challenge. Oh, delightful. Dear, I once managed a summer festival, 3 weddings, and a pipe bus, all in one day, while wearing a kimono with a busted hem. I practically breathed hospitality. I kept that place running on time, under budget, and with guests so happy they left gifts. Shimon doesn't answer, before shaking his head sarcastically. Bold words for a wolf who drowned in the river. Excuse me? I was not the one who was fished out like a wet, shivering pup. I was just testing the current. How fortunate then that I arrived before your test reached its conclusion. Fine, he won this round. Welcome then to your new home. Well then, boss, shouldn't you be showing me around? Surely you have some idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Perhaps. We get a tour. He moves with the grace of someone who refuses to acknowledge his own exhaustion. Naturally, I match his pace. If I wanted, I could glide effortlessly. But there's something entertaining about watching him pretending he's not running on sheer willpower alone. Just as I'm considering how long he'll keep up the act, I catch sight of my reflection in a dusty mirror. Right, I'm still wearing his robe. It's scandalously slipping off one shoulder, draping around me in a way that could either be elegant or suggestive, depending on the lighting. My, and here I am, strolling through your home in nothing but your clothing. What would the spirits say? Shimon stops mid-step and turns to me. You require proper clothing. Do I? I think this look has a certain charm. A bit daring, quite refined actually. Stay here. Such a commanding tone. He doesn't dignify me with a response, rude, and disappears down the hall, leaving me alone. I take the opportunity to glance around. What was this place like before, when it was alive? And why does he seem so reluctant to talk about it? Before I can dig too deeply into my curiosity, Shimon returns, carrying a neatly folded kimono. The moment my fingers brush the fabric, I notice something immediately. It's well kept. There's a faint, lingering scent. Soft, floral, and distinctly not his. A woman's scent. Whose kimono is this? Shave. Who? We'll ask. Oh, boss, whose kimono did you just give me? He recoils slightly, as if I just hit a nerve. It was the only one left available. Was it? Nothing but silence. Curious. The fabric is elegant and preserved with care. Not the kind of thing... Okay, wait. One sec. Okay. Not the kind of thing a man like him would keep out of convenience. Funny thing, though, a forgotten garment wouldn't be this well kept. Are you going to change, or do you prefer to stand here and test my patience? Oh, I love testing patience, but you already knew that. Huh. That's not a disagreement. Well, whoever this kimono belonged to may matter. A lover, perhaps. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, more water. This hallway leads to the guest rooms. How many are there? Oh, she put up her hair. So cute. More than enough, but they are unused. Don't worry, boss. I have plenty of ideas to bring life back to this place. I will reserve judgment. He strides ahead before I can retort. There's something familiar in this. Not the walls, but the rhythm. Walking the halls, checking the rooms, holding it all together. I did this for decades. I watch him just ahead, shoulders heavy in that way I remember too well. Was he always this quiet, or did the ryokan take his voice like he tried to take mine? This is one of the guest rooms. Oh? He slides the shoji door open with a smooth motion, revealing the room inside. I hope no one died in this room. None. Yet. His voice is as dry as the air in here. Seems like the evil spirits are the only ones staying here. This needs to change. I swish my tail, stepping further inside. A little warmth, a little charm, a lot of exorcism and scrubbing, and this place could be something special. I simply cannot wait. Alright, first order of business. Who's cleaning all this? That will be you. My dear, do you really think I'd fall for that? You are the Okami now. Yes, and a proper Okami delegates. Speaking of, where are all the staff? Surely you weren't running this place alone. No, there were others. Were? A soldier spirit who cooked, a broom that never stopped sweeping, a lazy river dweller who barely did anything unless bribed. And the robe I woke up in, was that from the broom or the river dweller? No, that was mine. Sheesh, he says it like there's just another towel in the rack. Well then, I'll return it eventually, after I stop enjoying how soft it is. As you wish. Back to the matter at hand. When my strength faded, they withdrew. Yokai bound to a place need energy to remain. Without it, they slumber or disappear. Happy Friday, Briar. Hello, Civ! Welcome, Civ. It is Friday. Unfortunately, tomorrow I have to go to work. Sucks. But happy Friday! So they've been asleep this whole time? Perhaps, or waiting. I can no longer tell the difference. He says it like it doesn't hurt, but something in his voice tells me it does. His weight shifts. Something is off. Boss? Hope your weekend work ain't too bad. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a long day. His posture wavers, his balance falters, and before I know it, he collapses. Shimon! I move without thinking, catching him before he fully crumbles to the floor. He's lighter than I expected. Surprisingly so, for someone built like a tragic mountain god. I thought I need divine intervention, or at least a sturdy wheelbarrow. Well now, look who still has upper body strength. You overdid it, didn't you? Silence. I sigh, pressing my fingers slightly to his wrist, checking the pulse beneath his skin. Wait, do yokais even have a pulse? Wait, what did you say? Oh, it's too late. Wait, no, I can check the log. What did he say? Well, I don't know. You really don't take care of yourself, huh? It looks like he might respond, but in the end he doesn't. Lucky for you, dear. You just hired the best Okami there is. He groans softly. I take that as acceptance. Now where's your room? Unnecessary. Ah, so he's one of those. The quiet, brooding types who wear their past like a second mask and dare you to ask what's underneath. Let me guess, you think you can sleep anyway, don't you? Yes. No, absolutely not. If I let you, you'll curl up in some drafty hallway and waste away in your sleep. A proper ryokan master must have a proper room. He exhales, aggressively. The nerve. Look, you can fight me on this, or you can just tell me where it is, and I'll let you sleep in peace. Your choice. Enter the hall. All right, boss, up we go. Shimon's room is unsurprising. It's organized, spotless even, but it's also the most lifeless space I have ever stepped into. This is the room of a man who has decided to live his life as an ecstatic exercise in suffering. I shift my grip again, still surprised I'm carrying him at all, to be honest, and lower him carefully onto the futon. The second he touched the mattress, his body fully gave in to the exhaustion. You know, most people keep something in their room, a trinket, a book maybe, like anything that suggests they have feelings. Silence, which is expected, but still. Wait. Wait. Help change his clothes. Help take off his mind. I don't think either of this is good. I don't think any of these options are good. But I think we should keep his mask on. But at the same time, we should also just keep his clothes on. I don't want to pick it. Okay. Yeah. Shimon is drenched in sweat. Without thinking, I reach for the collar of his robe, loosening the fabric slightly to help him breathe. My fingers brush the warm skin of his chest. It's searing. His skin radiates an intense amount of heat. Oh, he has a fever. Oh, Kami-sama, he's blooding up. And yet when I touch him, I'm the one holding my breath. His hand twitches as he gestures towards the wooden chest in the corner. Also, he's aware, and very much letting this happen. Your clothes are in there? He gives the smallest nod, head tilting, observing me. Alright, time for your PJs. I move to the chest, slide it open. Inside, a stack of folded robes, identical in design. I grab one from the top and return. Alright, let's get you out of this, boss. No funny business, I'm doing this as a professional, a responsible adult. I kneel beside him, fingers brushing his shoulder as I pull the outer rope down slowly. The damp fabric clings before giving away. My palm accidentally grazes the curve of his back. Shimon inhales sharply. A tremor runs through his arm. Hold still, all right. Shimon exhales slowly now and speaks with a low tone. You're very thorough, Okami-sama. My fingers freeze just below his collarbone. My heart does something rather scandalous. This man is trembling, but still he has the gall to tease me like this. I swallow the urge to retort. There, that's better. You better be grumbling at me. You'll be back to grumbling at me in no time. I trace my thumb carefully along the edge of his sleeve, a light pointless touch. I convince myself it's to adjust the fold. We both know it isn't. Sleep well, Shimon. Okay, you got him in his PJs. Now that that's settled, he really was planning to shoulder all this alone, wasn't he? How long has he been carrying this weight? There's no staff to help out in this broken place, and this man is too stubborn to ask for help. But I've always had a soft spot for beautiful things in need of repair. And you, White Tiger, are long overdue for someone to take care of you for once. I will drag this place back to life, and maybe you along with it. Alright, this place is a mess, let's fix that. Oh! Interact with dirt, cobwebs, and evil spirits using left mouse click until they are removed. Okay. This is still a ryokan, gosh darn it, and it will start acting like one. The environment will change once you have cleaned everything. I see. Let's keep finding and clearing every nook and cranny. The more I clean, the lighter the air will feel. And who knows, I might dig up a few little secrets. In every area, there are 3 objects that can give you information about Shimon's past and the history of the ryokan. Find them before the area is clean to unlock a secret scene at the end of each chapter. Okay, I'll go somewhere else maybe? Go to the bridge first? Well, that's either caused by swamp gas or a creature lurking underneath the water. I don't want to deal with either. Murky water, murky history, murky everything. Honestly, boss, what were you doing out here all those years? Well, well, this little embroidery has hand-stitched initials in white letter. M. No guest takes the time to embroider a napkin just for fun. Ah, and Ofuda. Whoever the writer was, they prayed for Byakko, not to Byakko. A charm tied with careful knots. I don't think it's a mere decoration. I wonder if Shimon's strength had already waned back then. Okay, I found the secrets there. Go here now. I will clean after I find all the secrets. Guests should be signing in, not having a sneezing fit. Let's clean this guest book. But look at this handwriting. Very sophisticated, very intricate. I think whoever wrote this was probably the type who labeled all the storage jars and rearranged the towels on board. Packed but never used. Or maybe whoever had this left in such a hurry that it was forgotten. I wonder why Shimon never bothered moving it. You know, if you're going to look inside the cupboard, at least offer to help us. This? No. A torn scroll. Either someone left in a hurry and accidentally ripped it, or there was a fight and this was the aftermath. I think their windows are the only ones dazzling in this ryokan thanks to these suspiciously yellow stains. A little light would be nice, preferably the not ominous kind. Oh, okay. That's cleaning, yeah. Even though the writing has faded, he still keeps it here. This wooden plaque is important to him. This figurine looks handmade, crude shaped but with love in every dent. It's a tiger, like the Byakko. Shimon kept it, so either he's sentimental or really bad at spring cleaning. This letter's been hidden and folded so many times before. I read the sentence, "Dear Shimon," and immediately close it again. I don't think it's my place to sleep around. Ah, of course, because sleep paralysis was terrifying enough already. Okay. Serene mind like still water. A mind unruffled by events and the stresses of life. Is that what the writers strive for? Okay, now I get to clean. Clean. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Okay. What else? Okay. Can I fix that? No. Okay, one more thing to oh, okay, there we go. Area cleaned! Good morning! Good morning, Paladin Stam. Welcome! We are cleaning a ryokan and we're an old lady in a young lady's body and we're trying to riz the white tiger spirit. God, person thing. Okay. Now we're cleaning. What else can we clean? Area cleaned! Now guest room. Okay, cobweb here. And area cleaned. And we got all the secrets. I step back, surveying my work with no small amount of satisfaction. Oh, I need to sneeze. Never mind. It went away. In a bad way. Because I'm tearing up now. The dust gone. The cobwebs vanquished. The evil spirits are probably migrating somewhere else. Then I hear footsteps behind me. Wait. I turn just as Shimon enters and... Oh, no, why? Why is he handsome? Why did you ask that? I thought you already said that he was handsome. Why does he look like that after barely a nap? His skin has color again. His shoulders look broader, his jawline is more defined, and I can bet I can use it to slice mochi. Can sleeping for a little bit change his appearance so drastically? Is that even allowed? My gaze absolutely betrays me, and of course he notices. I clear my throat so hard I might have dislodged my spine and immediately throw my hands towards the freshly cleaned lobby. Well, look who's up and walking. What do you think? It is... Oh, I'm sorry, did I mishear? Because it sounded like you just understood my miracle work. Everything is still standing. That's an improvement. I gasp, hand to my chest like he just struck me with a mortal wound. Everything is still standing. After all I've done, this is the level of praise I get. Would you prefer a ceremony? A festival in your honor? A small compliment wouldn't hurt. I will see if the spirits can still play instruments. Did he just joke back? Did my ears trick me? Admit it, you're impressed. You did well. Wait, say it again. No. Just once more, please, so I can cherish your compliment. I will say only this. It is nice to walk through a place that does not resemble an evil spirit's final resting place. Aha! Victory. I fold my arms triumphantly, while I can't tell what his expression is under that mask, but I know that he approves. Perhaps it is time. Time? To reopen, start gathering power again. Then let's do it! I step forward, tilting my head, watching him closely. I'll make this ryokan shine again, boss. Just you watch. We will see. No, we will succeed! And this time he doesn't argue. The ryokan creaks as if exhaling. I can't pronounce. For the first time in years. The dust may have settled, but the real chaos, it's only just beginning. Oh, this wasn't in the schedule. I said, let's have tea near the bridge and watch the river, not let's accidentally dig up your entire emotional history, boss. But here we are, right before the inn is about to open its doors again. Figured we could both use a moment to breathe before someone inevitably demands a refund since we are understaffed. So I set the cups down, steal a glance at him, and say, tea? Shimon sits across from me as I pour the tea. Tell me something, boss. Have you ever shared tea with someone as alluring as I am? I would rather not answer. You'd get cocky. Oh, he thinks he's clever tonight. Careful, say one more charming thing and I might start thinking this is a date. It is tea. He sips unbothered, while I sip louder and very bothered. You're lucky I find deadpan charm appealing. I used to sit like this with someone many years ago. He had lovely hands and terrible timing. He left. Said life at the ryokan wasn't romantic enough. Shame, I looked very good in an apron. What about you? Surely even white tigers have a romantic phase. He sets his cup down, then pauses. Come on, boss, give me something. There was someone. Now we're getting somewhere. Someone, that's all I get. You did not offer a name either. Fair, but mine didn't leave behind some fancy handmade gifts like calligraphy or a tiger figurine. It seems like that one got a reaction. You've been snooping, it seems. I manage an inn, so I don't snoop, dear. I uncover. What was she like? She liked quiet places. Then she would have hated me. She would. But I wouldn't. My, dangerous choice of words. That was quite a bold statement, boss. Interpret it however you wish. But you deflected from my original question. Of course I didn't mean to pry, boss. I'm above that. But I was just wondering if I should be jealous of a ghost with good taste. Jealousy would be pointless. So is resisting me, and yet here we are. We finish our tea in silence. Well then, that's enough honesty for one cup. Agreed. Let him keep his secrets. Alright, you can keep your secrets. For now. What's like that mean? Oh, that's the credits. That's the demo. I thought it was cute. That old lady got Riz. Also, they unmask him in the menu, so you can kind of see how it looks like anyway. I thought that was cute. I'm gonna drink some water. Wait one sec. I mean just... Oh wait, I should switch to here. Sure. Okay. Let me quit the game. I thought that was cute. That was a cute little game, but I think the next game is gonna be like maybe darker because it's dark academia. The next one has death in the title. But it's by the same developers. So it's gonna have pretty art, probably. I'm sniffling a bit. Because I almost sneezed. And the next demo is gonna be a little bit longer. It's gonna be like, they said it's like 2 hours. This one is like an hour, which really is an hour because I did start at like 8:20 and now it's like 9:20. Let me just adjust the settings. So, what do you want to do now? No, we got another game. We got 2 games. We got 2 games. We got more. I should have read the title better. It's okay. There are 2 games. It's just that I'm still like... I'm just setting it up. Also, I think I need to sneeze again, but it's not coming. Okay, it came. Oh gosh. Sneezing. I'm gonna drink my water. Bless you, thank you. Okay. Go back to game. This is by same developers. Also demo. 2 hour. Bless you, thank you. Okay, the next game is called... It's not called Simple, sorry. The next game is called Death of Faeology. Bless you, thank you. Same developers. Same developers. Indonesian developers, by the way. So Southeast Asian. New game. What's my name? My name is Briar. Okay. Grading fuzzy assignments can be such an exercise in patience. I ought to remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science, only a couple of decades old. This university... Hold on. Maybe a little lower. The only Faeology university in the whole country was finished being built in 1905. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices, and misconceptions. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poison apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. A reference to the 𝑳𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒅𝒔 fairies is one I can understand since it was quite the sensation not too long ago, although it would be clear in the eyes of the renowned Faeologists that the photographs are mere limitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. I ought to take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known them. The 𝑳𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒅𝒔 fairies again? Yes, and princesses' eternal slumber due to poison apples. We don't care much for human princesses. But making poison apples is rather an easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that fae folk is capable of more than that? At the same time showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch? I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. I believe some might just quit the same day if you do that. Besides, if other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you? Chances are high those people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. I would never let that happen. I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. This is the least I could do. We've known each other since I was 7. You've saved me countless times since then. Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me. I would never. I can hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad fizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality. While you're on a break, isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon? Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I retrieved the letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive aloud to myself. Dear Briar, how long are you going to keep me in suspense? Will you or will you not accompany me to this year's Lyell's Gala? You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and canapes, an invigorating company. And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by way of funding grants for your research. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. Do write to me sometime before Saturday. That's tomorrow's date, isn't it? Oh, I know, my delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I'd hate to be getting looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Faeology isn't worth my dough, they'd say. Oz's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Ruthie Blythe caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend Detective Krause hadn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened. I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked what the story was, like when we were children. However, for better or worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. I resume reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have the two of you been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you have told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing else quite like it. Yet you speak very little of him now, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. The letter is signed yours everlasting, Oscar Henkel. Well, I kept Mr. Henkel waiting long enough. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. A knocking. Just then, a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oz must have camouflaged himself in a heartbeat. I put Mr. Henkel's letter in the drawer before calling out, "Come in, Minnie." My assistant enters the office. She's careful to snap the door shut behind her. "Professor." "Yes, Minnie?" Dots. "Were you talking to yourself again?" "That's right, you know me." "I see. Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while hearing the mumbling sounds of me speaking with Oz. But she knows when not to poke her nose into things. One of the things I like about her, and also what makes her the bee's knees, when it comes to being an assistant. I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here." "Who?" "That police detective from the newspapers." "Police detective." Even as I echo these two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumple the papers and toss them in the trash can? In the end, we had to stop our subscription for the dailies. Detective Theodore Krause. Yes, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here makes my world go momentarily off kilt. It's as if, by the magic of the fairy tales I am malign, the ink of my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. "Can't you tell him I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of campus or something?" "That depends." Is a lie like that going to deter this man? An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. Alright, let him in. Oh gosh. I keep sniffling, I'm sorry. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. He drops a box on my desk right off the bat. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do. What, do niceties suddenly mean something to you? I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. There was no one to say goodbye to. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? There's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that sounds rather like relief. Your things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left, even that oddly crafted handkerchief you love so much. That handkerchief was a gift for you. I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. What should I do with this information? Let's see. I'm gonna just open it. I quickly stretch out my hand to the box, yet he is just as fast in catching my wrist before I can open it. I withdraw my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startled bird soaring into the sky. That truly caught me off guard. I've forgotten what his hand feels like. I was only kidding, although you really haven't changed much, have you? You went straight forward. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither have you. I threw all of it away right after you vanished. He says with a subtle squint in his left eye, another lying tale of his. I can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course you did. So what's really in the box? Want to take a guess? I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullets before coming to visit me. This must be way important than our point in history. Case evidence. I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. Oh, thank you. Thank you for hand pat. It's a really big case, isn't it? He nods. The biggest of my career. And to come to me, of all people, you must be at your wit's end about this. He looks away as if trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang and take their bullets than have to see you again. Gee, that sings a little. So why would you— hold on a minute. You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in exasperation. Oh my, it seems I hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. Those talks always led to a heated discussion and then into arguments because nothing I could say could change his skepticism towards mystical beings. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. What should I do next? I'll just ask him. I know this must be hard for you, but I can't help if you don't say anything. He sighs. You're right. As difficult as it is to admit, the things you've told me before about fairies and whatnot might have helped to make sense of this case. But I have to say, for the sake of my sanity, I still don't believe they exist. Fair enough. He appears pleasantly surprised by my answer, as though he was expecting a quarrel right around the corner. Little did he know, I've learned that it's moot to try to explain the otherworldly beings to him. So what makes this case so significant? Why do you think it relates to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I hear the sound of a chuckle under the breath, like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert to how it used to be, until the seriousness returns to his face. First things first, since I'm leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is, if the confidant can bring value to the investigation. And I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. Still, I must ask your sworn secrecy on this matter. You got it. So tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be of paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case, potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. They're from old money families, the types that make regular appearances at high society events. I see, no wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. Chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manners of death. He pauses. This is where the fairies come in. He silently stares and then sighs. I swear I must be losing my mind. You've got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard of before. The strangest case is one where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. Her corpse almost looked like a carved wooden statue. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. Of course you have. I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the look on victims' families' faces if and when the papers are making a razz of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? This city is already running on fumes, crimes becoming more rampant day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rising crime is bleeding him dry too. Yet I am unsure what words could soothe those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grow deeper. You know, considering the victim's background, having these murders being exaggerated in papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible, no matter the cost. no matter who's to blame. You're right, innocent people are going to bear the brunt for this. This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning, my arms crossed on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brass from lining their pockets. Nothing but a pack of lowlifes in high places. He exhales sharply, his voice laced with contempt, and then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words seem to have abandoned me, as I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener, better than most. He curls his lips into almost a smile. I don't mind at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Other than the strange manners of death, I've said, forensics was puzzled too by the blood samples. How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. That's interesting. Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity, I'd bring up something from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poison that somehow caused these oddities. But I'd be a fool to not go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in, nothing had been stolen. And motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city's elites, looking for possible motives. But it takes time, you know how it is. Yes, of course, they're very busy. Speaking of city elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turns sour at a full tilt. Who, that man? I said people, but yes, that man will be particularly helpful in this matter. He scoffs brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Even at the first meeting with Mr. Henkel, there was some inexplicable tension between the two. Theo said something about Mr. Henkel feeling off and always hated it whenever I had something to do with him. Though it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspapers, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course, he's always got a soft spot for you. Hell, he's probably carrying a torch for you for a long time, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What, are you two an item now? I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Henkel. But it was necessary to mention him. I don't know anyone else who would have that much information about high society. Besides, there has never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business. Then again, Theo seems to lose his reason whenever we talk about Mr. Henkel. I don't have the time or the energy to argue with him. What should I do? I think they're both kind of the same thing. Try to make him see reason, explain the truth about the relationship. I feel like they're both the same thing. Explain the truth. We're not anything. We go to fundraising events from time to time, but those are work. I've got to get money for my research from somewhere, you know. Our relationship is strictly business. He gives me a dirty look. Sure, I believe you. No, he doesn't. Besides, what I do with him is none of your beeswax. His voice becomes even more irritated. That's right, it's not my concern. Do whatever you want with him. Just make sure he can keep his mouth shut about the case. I can't help but groan at this turn of events. I will. While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about blood that doesn't contain iron. I can take the blood samples to the university's alchemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims, or their families at least. I'll trust your judgment. I take it as this is you agreeing to help me with the case. That's right. These are lives at stake. He let out a soft smile, as though in quiet agreement with what I said. Thank you. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask the people you mentioned what they know about using the evidence items. But the case files are for your eyes only. Understood. He has fallen silent somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does that mean you'll be willing to hear about fairies, about Faeology? That depends. If this was indeed fairy doings, and if through your investigation you can provide solid theories on 3 things: the culprit, their methods of murder, and their motives, supported by evidence, of course. I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation, an earthly one for now. Fair enough. I'd wager that we have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer, an answer that makes sense. I can feel the papers are close to getting the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologist? Do you dare take on this challenge? Do I? Sheev. I'll help even without being challenged. Even without being challenged, I'll still help you, you know. He stares at me impassively. Of course I know. Well, if you need anything from me, you can just ring me. Very well. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you asked. I promise. But I can promise not to scoff from time to time. That's good enough. I ought to get going. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you. The one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting in the headlines. How do you? Before I could finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. I hear the door close. Hey! I exclaimed with a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realized that he must have noticed the missing newspaper on my desk and my assistant's. Reading papers was part of my daily routine when we were together. I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. As I'm reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals themselves again, now that we're all alone. It was quite the reunion. It was quite the reunion indeed. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Although you don't have an obligation to help him. I know, but I've already agreed. Very well, just don't overwork yourself. Yeah, thanks, Oz. I find myself slowly drifting into thoughts. A victim's manner of death, hardening into bony tissue, could be one of the fairy causes, ossification. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy was behind this, and which one, but it is not that simple. Even if they are my longtime companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors, and they are secretive about their land too. A favor like that doesn't come cheap. At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply to my patron's letter. For some reason, he seems to be more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. I retrieve a paper and a pen and mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Henkel, I hope your recent forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? We save again. Oh. You know what? We don't need to save. Yes. More fruitful than have been in centuries you've been roaming amongst your lavish ranks. Believe it or not, I have been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folk of the city outweigh the obvious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Leos Gala a couple of months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. How do I want to play this? Be apologetic. I still don't have a definitive answer for you at present, I'm afraid. I sincerely apologize for my indecisiveness. About Ruthie. I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we were both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help her get out of quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Theo was there to smooth things over for her. I'm now arrived at the topic of Theo, or Detective Kraus, as my patron refers. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? Oh wait, he and I are old news. As for Theo, I've long since stopped dwelling on him. I've thought of him and I as a relic of the past, and I feel no regret in having ended it when I did. Upon signing off, I sealed the letter with wax. I then turned toward my trusted Fae. Else, can I please trouble you something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Indeed, time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. You'll see it by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It'll be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. I'll see you later today. I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to my office. Yes, Professor. Hold on 1 second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we have been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How'd it go with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we've sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit it. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Yes, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Okay, 1 sec. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Wait, where did the game go? Oh, there we go. I'm back. Welcome, Cursed. There's a lot of... You got a lot of yolks, yeah. Sorry, I just went to wash my face real quick. Also, my eyes are really dry. Maybe I need to buy, like, eye drops one of these days. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you for headpad. Oh no, I think I'm gonna sneeze again. Maybe not. Let me drink some water. Take a little break, sis. 2 days into your birthday. Oh my god, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Okay. We gotta go back to game. Back to game. Alright. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. Eh? What happened in the audio? Remembering the conversation about the case, I'm suddenly engulfed by unexplainable eerie feelings. I should start the investigation right away. Oh? Drag and drop dead. Oh? There are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis. No traces of drugs or poisons. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. Blood does not contain iron. Huh. Oh, maybe I have to just like... Ah, okay, I just have to hold it. Okay, that makes more sense. Wait, 19 years old. Death of shock due to arsenic poisoning. 6 p.m. Young factory girl. Despite not fitting the trend of previous victim profiles, she has been preliminarily included in the case because she was seen having a heated conversation with the third victim shortly before the victim's death. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. According to the interviewing officer, she was on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. She did appear to change her mind. Oh, wait, somebody trying to join the Discord? Let me just... Oh, I'm not gonna let that one in. That one's a 12-day-old account. Actually, let me just kick them. Since it's a 12-day auto count. I mean, if they don't do the capture, they auto get kicked. All fairy kinds seem to be weak against iron, although a small amount of iron, such as in meat or blood, does not seem to ward off fairies. Okay. Hello, 𝒊𝒏𝒌𝒔. Welcome. Welcome. We're doing investigation into some very possible murders by fairies. Welcome. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. Bowed. It's not actually bowed. It just makes the bow go off, but it does kind of look bowed. I need to sneeze again, I think. Gosh. Bless you. Thank you. Okay, wait. Bless you. Thank you. I sneeze a lot. Thank you for head pat. I realize the sun has set while I've been absorbed in an investigation. Come in. Hope you get better. Thank you. My assistant enters the office. Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yes, she's just out the door. I must say I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. Alright, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns to the reception area. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It's only been 3 years since she has worked at the university, but she has proven her reliability more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So what have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there's no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is this fairy related? The question prompts me to ask myself to what extent of the case can I divulge to her. Theo did say that I may ask the patron or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing crime scene photographs? As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice is taken on a higher pitch. This is so exciting. Are you working with the police? Does this mean we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're going to be in newspapers, aren't we? And not in the usual corner spots, too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself. It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology. Hello?
Paladin STEM became a member for 3 months.
Oh my god.
Just saw that I had this _Briar squee, so I am just going to say again, happy birthday cake month _Briar Angel.
Oh, thank you, Paladin STEM, for being a member for 3 months. Happy birthday month. Thank you. Birthday month, let's go. Okay. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrived to spare me. This specific sound is familiar, more familiar than when my assistant knocks. Special delivery. Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. And what, pray, may you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Henkel? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office. Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting on them. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. I didn't expect to see you in this office. Hello, Mr. Henkel. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment, nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. The colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. You know I can't share all that much, Mr. Henkel. Unless, of course, you find yourself in a position to become the chemistry department's benefactor, then all their secrets are yours. Hold on, I need to charge my phone. Okay. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that's why. Sorry. My tablet. I didn't realize my tablet was connected to my PC. By tablet, I mean like drawing tablet. And it fell over, so like things was freaking out. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. So I'm not buying that one, not for 1 second. He's selling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well, now, I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel like I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the real reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps that is why you are such an effective educator. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Are you putting a spell on your letters by chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Henkel. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guards down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. No, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Henkel lapses into silence as he continues staring into my eyes. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. I wonder what I should do. I ought to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Henkel to return another day since I need to have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. She could share more insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup in evidence. She would also know the social happenings among the wealthy elites. Howdy, Brett. Hello, Sheriff Pumpkin. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello. On the other hand, Mr. Henkel is also a viable candidate for an interview. His connections with high society know no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. Since he's been funding my research for a long time, he's also more familiar with fairy topics. Whom should I interview? Damn. Okay, both are good. But I feel like Dr. Rayford is like the more obvious answer. So for that, I'll probably pick Mr. Henkel. Mr. Henkel, would you mind staying for a while? I'd like to discuss something. Not at all. I'd be delighted. I turn back toward the chemist. Dr. Rayford, thanks again for analyzing these samples. Your assistance has been invaluable. Please don't let me keep you any longer today. You're quite welcome. I'm always happy to help. After bidding Mr. Henkel a swift farewell, Dr. Rayford is out the door in no time. What do you want to ask about, my dear Faeologist? I gesture toward the Dodge box on my desk. It's a box of evidence for a multiple murder case. Is it from Detective Krause? It is indeed. He brought it to me this morning. You haven't seen the detective in months, have you? How'd that visit go? Ooh, mystery game. Welcome, Rena. This is a demo. So basically there's like a monitor, and then fairies could have done it, and we are a professor about fairies. So we're trying to investigate for the detective. And right now we're asking one of our friends what we think could have happened. But hello. Okay. Better than I could have hoped. You know, it wasn't really all that bad. I expected more bitterness and distasteful arguments like we had in the last couple of months in our relationship. He was more composed than I thought. Yet perhaps it was because of this particular case weighing on his mind. Mr. Henkel listens to me quietly, but it's hard to tell what he's thinking from his phlegmatic expression. Alright, tell me about this case. How can I help? After binding my patron to secrecy, I rattle off the basic facts of the homicides. I believe I might have heard a bit about this case. Not the gory details, mind you. Just little whispers here and there. Yes, I was hoping you'd be familiar with some of the parties involved. I wanted to show you something. Please share any knowledge you might have about the evidence. Sure, I can do that. About this ring. My, this is very bold of you. Are you sure you want to be bound to me forever? Says you, asking that question knowing full well this ring isn't mine. He laughs wholeheartedly. So whose is it? Mrs. Moore. All I can tell you is that she and her husband were always attached at the hip, 2 peas in a pod. I don't think I can ask about the blood since he's not like a blood person. Oh, wait, let me look at... I haven't investigated the lab report. About this... Isn't this a parasitic fae? Are they the ones killing the poor ladies? I'm rather surprised that he's identified a fae with just one look. I suppose he did read everything from my research reports. This makeup? Is this the one from that popular brand? Nectar Bell. That's the one, although that's all I know about it. Ooh. Tell me about the photo. This is a photograph of Mrs. Moore and her family. What can you tell me about the people in this picture? I believe the elderly couple is her adoptive parents. I never really talked to them, but I hear they're kind, wonderful people. Biologically, Madame Moore was born as a so-called miracle baby to wealthy parents of advanced age. When they passed away, she had no other family members by blood, so she was thus adopted by a middle-class couple who were trusted employees of her biological parents, I've heard. Upon coming of age, she received her sizable inheritance and wedded a recently rich entrepreneur of humble origins. This is her widower in the photograph. He is said to be extremely close to his parents-in-law. Okay. What is one? This is a photograph of Mrs. Woodridge's family. All the faces here are familiar to me. I must express my deepest sympathies when I see them at the Leos Gala. Can you tell me more about the people in the picture? The Woolridges are perhaps one of the most prominent and powerful families in the city. The victim's father was in the running to be the richest in the world until he decided to devote much of his wealth to lavish charitable endeavors. This elderly woman is the victim's stepmother, a beautiful socialite for whom the victim's father divorced her biological mother. This younger man is the victim's stepbrother. Okay. What else can I ask? Can I show you the dead pictures? How terrible. I knew Madame Woodridge. As you undoubtedly know, her family hosts the city's biggest charity event every year. To tell me the fundraiser will be moving forward despite a tragedy in the family. According to my sources, she loved that event dearly and definitely would have wanted it to proceed. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Knowing those women as I did, I doubt it. If it would help, however, I've heard several elites are members of a clandestine occult group. I only heard the name Golden Dawn. Hardly anyone knows about its existence. But you do have your way of knowing, don't you? I say teasingly, and he responds with a sly smirk. I do indeed. Alright, all the dead pictures for you. Oh, how awful. I was familiar with Madame Moore. Through the grapevine, I heard the devastating news of her death. I often interacted with this exceptional woman and her sprightly spouse at high society events. They are both gracious individuals. Do you know this woman? I did. She was a fine, upstanding lady. She certainly didn't deserve such a gruesome ending. She was known among her peers for her rare coin collection. From what I've heard, you can see her collection displayed in every inch of her house. Are you familiar with this girl? No, I've never seen her before. Whoever this girl is, I express my sincerest condolences. This is the first time Mr. Henkel and I are talking about something this gruesome, even though I've known him a long time. Yet as he spoke his condolences while seeing the corpse's photographs, his face remained blank, as if the words never reached his expression. His eyes didn't even flinch. How odd. I wonder if this lack of empathy is just a trait of being in the upper class. He's rich and heartless. Why are you showing me this invitation? Is this your way of confirming that you'll be my date? Should I lock it down? Sure, fine, we can go. Since it seems to be connected to the moida. Yes, let's do it. Perfect, I'll pick you up here tomorrow. Can I talk to you about that report? Oh, I see. This is interesting indeed. I can see why the detective came to you with this case. Blood. Blood for you. I am sure Florence knows more than I do. Okay. Same thing here? Yeah, okay. An interview. I have no further questions. I believe I have enough information for now. Already? Yes, Mr. Henkel. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. I'm delighted I could be of assistance. Reach out to me if you need anything else. I'll see you soon, yes? I give him a brief nod. Mr. Henkel then leaves my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops into the office. Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help? No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think I'll stay and work for a bit longer. Okay, see you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. I have some time until I have to wrap up my workday and head home from the office. Do we investigate again? These are the... It's the next afternoon. I should be grading assignments, or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday, or do anything productive in the realm of professorial duties. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more toward the office door. I voice my frustrations to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive at any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should it do now? My voice cracks with concern. This time he came to you bearing in mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy's companion, chirping, becomes increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I know I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinion quite in this manner. A professional insight, no less. All the more reason to be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. But no matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he's the one who needs to solve this case. You're right, of course you are. I'm not a detective, I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck. I whisper a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention toward the door. Come in. My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. All right, send him in. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scenes unfolded. He's agonizingly familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's dark recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I read the case files. Victims' odd behavior shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. The fourth victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seemed she saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? And the matter of death? He interrupts me before I can finish. I have no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning, said they found out about some of these deaths. So that's why he looks agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So I'll just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Yes. I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics since I'm pretty sure you discarded the things I told you in the past. He grumbles as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies: warrior, scribe, and parasitic fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic, scribes' magic tend to be defensive, and parasitic magic is, well, parasitic. We Faeologists have developed a tool called blacklight to detect traces of fae magic. It can even be detected through photographs if the magic is especially strong. Warrior magic glows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. I found that seemingly fairies of one specific class are behind this. Which one is the culprit? Parasitic. They're of parasitic class. What is the evidence? Literally here is a dead fairy. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I put the dead fae beneath the black light. This is a dead parasitic fae. Look, it glows under the black light. Is this dead bug the one behind the murders? And I can see the purple traces, but what about this red glow? He's right. I feel like I didn't think this through. You're right, it appears I should investigate. What else you got? This ring also glows. How does this prove parasitic involvement? Place a ring beneath the black light. You see, Mrs. Moore's ring glows purple under the black light. But what about this red glow? He's disappointed. Uh-oh. Clearly you haven't been thorough in your investigation. Either you're missing important things or you just don't take this as seriously as I thought. But I do take it seriously. If I could just investigate, it's hard to get any sentences out of my mouth. No words of mine could ease the way he sees me now. It doesn't matter. We're running out of time. I couldn't find proof of it being unusual drugs or poisons either. Even the most atypical drugs don't cause this kind of bizarre hallucinations. No poisons could turn the whole body into hardened bodies. His eyes narrow on me, full of quiet accusations. Honestly, I can't believe this. You've dedicated many, many years to the study of forensic Faeology, and this is all you have to show for it. What are you? I know you're clever, capable, competent, but you ought to consider changing your field. You're not cut out for forensics. I feel like I'm starting to see red. Can't believe he's bringing up my profession this way. I know I messed up, but you just crossed a goddamn line. He knows I tried my best, given the limited time, but he just keeps hammering away. It hits me all over again how easy it is for him to make me feel really small. I'm just laying down the facts. He says it so nonchalantly, as if he doesn't see the effect of his opinion on me. I can't do this anymore. My anger is beyond containment. I never want to see you again. Get out. Fine by me. I don't ever plan on coming back to this office anyhow. Upon picking up the box of evidence, Theo turns to leave. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. He slams it. Well, I messed up. I found myself striding restlessly in my room, seething with frustration. Perhaps this is for the best. After all, there's a reason I walked away, and it's all coming back to me. As I was steadying my breath to calm down, I realized something. I haven't explained Dr. Rayford's findings on the blood samples, how it could be fairy blood, and the significance of scribed sigils on prominent families. Even more, Mr. Henkel gave me top-secret information on a clandestine occult group in the upper class. I didn't have a chance to tell him all that. Well, so be it. I'm not going to write him or telephone him. Perhaps I'll just write an anonymous letter to the homicide department. But first, I will finish grading the assignments I neglected yesterday. It's been an hour and a half since I forced myself to get back to work, and my anger still hasn't subsided. Then it strikes me. I'm no more angry at Theo than I am at myself. How did I fail this? Why wasn't I thorough enough? Still, that doesn't give him the right to talk to me like that. I bury my face in my hands as I've realized that I've merely been spinning in circles. Professor, is this a bad time? I look up at her in shock. When did she get in? I knocked, then wait for a minute. It then occurred to me that perhaps you didn't hear me. Oh, sorry. My mind's more than a little preoccupied. The detective had an intensely brooding expression when he left. I figured that the meeting didn't go well. You have a visitor waiting in the reception area. It's Mr. Henkel, isn't it? I meant to meet him today. I nearly forgot. I can tell him to come back another day. No, I do want to see him. He might be the only person on Earth who can make you feel better right now. I'll send him in right away. My patron is beaming when he strides in, but one look at my face is all it takes for the smile to slip away. Whatever is the matter? You look like someone died. Is it because of Detective Krause, isn't it? I can sulk another time. We should get going, shouldn't we? I did agree to accompany you to the Leoy's gala. That can wait, my dear. Everything can wait. My priority now, and always will be, ensuring that you're okay. With a tiny bit of coaxing from my patron, I divulged all that just transpired. I revealed what Theo said to me and how small it made me feel. I'm devastated to hear about it all. If I could curse the detective to the depths of hell for insulting you as he did, I would have done so already. Perhaps when we next cross paths, I can hook his ankle with my cane. Then we can watch him together as he topples down 4 flights upstairs. Accidentally, of course. I can't help but let out a chuckle. I know he's only joking, yet it has triumphantly alleviated my frustration. In the end, Theo would still find out that you did that, Mr. Henkel. I don't want you to go to jail. Truth be told, he wasn't wrong about everything. I haven't been thorough enough. I'm finding it hard not to be disappointed in myself. My patron smiles at me. Don't be, dearest. Sometimes things don't work out as intended. Not every mystery is destined to be solved. Ending 5. Mysteries aplenty. Okay, so I didn't do it well. Okay, wait. Let me try again. But let's see. Mm. Okay. My date is a yokai. We were also a yokai. Okay, we'll still talk to Mr. Henkel. Okay, we talk to him about everything. Okay, this. Hey. Okay. Yes. Okay, we save here. Save here. I think it might be all of them. Warrior, where's the evidence? Blood sample. There's glow purple and red. Parasitic underlings of warrior fame might help with the murders. Some parasitic fairies become underlings of high fae as they are allowed to feed off of a small amount of high fae's magic regularly. In turn, they will do anything the high fae asks, even killing humans. Theo seems perplexed, or perhaps disconnected. Something's not right. What else you got? That fae. This is parasitic fae. It goes purple and red. Are still their bodies still glow even after they're dead? Correct. It takes a little while until their magic is fully dissipated from the corpse. It honestly looked like noble, but hold on one second. I opened the lid. I found this one dying just yesterday. It died shortly after. A noble one doesn't glow, you see. Theo's expression is a blend of amusement and bewilderment. Quite interesting. How does it end up here? A parasitic fate that fed off the victim's life sources became a casualty of murder. It must have been a parasitic fate that was feeding off her life source. I can't remember there being an insect in the evidence box. It was actually the coin in the evidence box. It turned into a dead fae when I put it under the blacklight long enough. Do parasitic fairies leech off human life sources by turning into things? Theo's sharp question makes me realize something. Parasitic faes aren't capable of transforming into things, so there's really a flaw in this theory. Wait a moment, something I missed. The ring. I placed a ring. It glows purple and red. Why does it glow purple? It's a parasitic fae warped into a ring because of failed transformation magic. Okay. Parasitic fays are one way or another connected to the manner of killing. Wisdom had told me how warrior fairies kill the victims. Give it to me straight. How do you figure the murders were carried out? Okay, wait, let's save again. Okay. This one? Warrior Fae commanded their parasitic underlings to feed off life sources of the victims. This causes ossification and severe hallucinations. With eyes closed, Theo tells it over in his mind shortly after he looks at me. Something doesn't make sense. I think something's slipping past you. This doesn't explain the mystery of the blood, for one. Okay, fine. I think it was slot 3. Changelings? The warrior high fae used in transformation magic to turn parasitic fae into human lookalikes of the victims, which are often called changelings. I took out the crime scene photographs of middle-aged victims and laid them out on the table. Using the magnifying glass, I showed the oddity in the victim's hands to Theo. This is one of the possible anomalies that is likely to happen due to the complexity of transformation magic used in creating changelings. As famous as these ladies' families are, it would have been a big thing in the papers if they had 6 fingers from when they were children. I don't remember anything like that in the newspapers, do you? No, me neither. Theo looks away as though trying to remember all the newspapers he has read. It also explains the missing iron in the blood sample since the corpses are not human. I wait until Theo meets my gaze again before continuing. They then murder the changelings using ossification and hallucination magic. It is done to cover up what they really did to the real humans. What? They really did? Like what? It can be anything. The real humans might be kidnapped to the fairyland, destined to wed certain fairies and bring forth offspring, or be employed as a slave, or tortured for amusement until they die. I shiver at the thought of it happening to the poor ladies. Theo appears to be unsettled by the same thoughts as well. Hold on, are you saying they might actually still be alive? There's a chance. Yet the realm of the fairies is still an enigma, even for those who study their kind. The Faeologists in this university have barely met any living fairies. You're aware of how fresh this field is within academia, aren't you? Theo nods. It pains me to admit that I generally do not know how to get them back. I will keep trying nonetheless. We both fell silent, as though a heavy weight had settled in our throats, refusing to budge. We can also look at this case from another angle. The motives. Based on our investigation, what will be the rationale behind the warrior fairies' actions? It's difficult to pinpoint the reason why fairies do what they do since they don't follow human rules or morality. However, I found that I think it's the first one. The 3 middle-aged are blessed by scribe face, shown by the sigils on one of their hands. I say as I hover the black light on top of the family photographs one by one. I mentioned before that especially strong magic can be seen even through photographs. Yes, I remember. He answers while taking the black light out of my hand and checking the sigils himself. 2 sigils light out on Mrs. Woolridge's family photograph and one on Mrs. Moore's. The sigil is a sign of being blessed by one of the scribe fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. It gives good fortune and is passed down through generations. As you know, the middle-aged victims and their families are old rich families that stayed on top for many decades. That's how strong the magic is. Mrs. Moore was adopted, that's why it's only her who has it. Her late biological parents hailed from a distinguished and affluent lineage. Theo points at the faces in Mrs. Woolridge's photographs, and he's the biological father while the other 2 are stepfamily. I nodded him. I'm positively sure that should we check into Mrs. Niblett's family photograph, she and her children would display the same sigils. Let's see what I can do. Oh, and it's also meant as a warning for others to not harm the marked human. I guess that warning didn't work in this case, did it? No, it didn't. Well, I suppose this does make sense, and it's a pattern. Yes, this might be targeted murders. He then casts a glance my way with an air of satisfaction around him and breaks into a smile. Good job. My, considering how rarely he gives commendations, this sounds like the compliment of a lifetime. I can feel my confidence is going through the roof. Thank you. Lastly, what have you found on my poor girl, Mary Hatcher? Any connection to fairies? The chemist's report is similar to the case files. The blood is normal human blood, traces of arsenic. I didn't find any signs of fairy magic from the evidence. Even so, based on her relation to Mrs. Niblet, we can't discard the possibility that fairies might be involved with her death too. Theo nods in agreement. I have one more piece of information to tell you. Really, what is it? Mr. Henkel told me that there exists a clandestine occult group called the Golden Dawn. I asked him about this since the police report suggested some occultism might be involved. Hardly anyone, even from the upper class, has ever heard of it. He said several elites are members of it. He picks out a small notebook and a pen from his trench coat and starts writing. I'm not sure if this is useful. Every scrap of information counts. I ought to note down the things we've talked about today as well. Your findings really threw me for a loop. I forgot to take notes. Of course, take your time. While Theo is writing, I tidy up my desk and put the evidence back in the box. Anything else you got? That's all I have for now. He puts his notebook and pen back in his coat. He heaves a sigh so heavy I can believe he has the weight of the city on his shoulders. Even so, when he looks at me, there's a glint of something that wasn't there before. This fleck of illumination is all the more stark since we've started this discussion. It's hope, perhaps. A tiny, delicate thing is blooming in this room to counteract the overwhelming darkness and despair outside. Now, what's new? You were clever. Even though I feel there are still some missing pieces to this puzzle, you've done well. I'm quite impressed. Thank you, Theo. He answers with a soft smile. Well, we've still got our work cut out for us. But at least for now, innocent people won't get thrown in jail thanks to you. I'm glad I could help. Now I just need to convince the chief and the papers. Thing is, I might have to bring up your name in my report. I can't predict how the papers will handle this, but it's possible they'll mention you and Faeology. This is good for your field, of course, but it could draw unwanted, dangerous attention your way. I'll be fine, Theo. I can protect myself. This is what the field needs. Indeed, you're more than capable of taking care of yourself. I know that very well. I do appreciate you worrying over me. Theo's concern seems to fade, and he lets out a sigh of relief. Well, this day's certainly been a ride. He glances at his wristwatch. I've still got time until I have to get back to the station. Fancy a drink with me? You can tell me more about fairies. I'll listen with way less judgment this time. Just like I promised. I don't know if it's a good idea. No, I get it. Besides, I must honor a prior appointment with someone else. Alright, I better get going then. Be sure to take care of yourself. Same goes for you. Just as the detective is about to leave, my patron arrives at the door. Oh, of course. Fancy seeing you here, Detective Cruz. Even as Theo continues to glare, Mr. Henkel's eyes are steady on mine. Ready to go? In a moment, I have to finish grading these assignments. It will take 10 minutes at most. I'm happy to wait. Anything for you. There's a slamming sound as Theo leaves the office just then. After he departs, I focus on the assignments for grading. The only noise that can be heard in the office is the rustling of papers. Mr. Henkel then breaks the silence. Are you looking forward to all the exciting funding opportunities we can potentially snag at this event? I'm not looking forward to rattling my can and waiting for coins to drop. You know I never let you beg. As long as you're with me, you get things done with dignity. You know what I'm most excited to see, or taste rather? What? The free-flowing champagne. The fundraiser will have that, right? Of course, that's a given. I have a lot to celebrate tonight. Oh? You have to tell me everything as soon as possible. I will, I promise. We got a good ending this time? Oh, we got a CG with Mr. Henkel. Ending to Gala of Generosity. I guess if we don't agree to go to the gala. Oh wait, there's more. It's another afternoon in the office. My patron has stopped by to discuss a research project I've been considering. Now that Faeology might get increased credibility, especially with the police, I think we should examine the prevalence of strange deaths caused by fairies, don't you think, Mr. Henkel? Oh, thank you. Thank you for head pat. The police might agree to help us collect the data. I'm not so sure about this. It will take time for the police to trust us to that extent. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus on your research on warrior phase? We have to talk. Before I can respond, two individuals suddenly barged into my office. Sorry, I tried to stop him, but couldn't. Even though I've told him you're in a meeting right now. That's okay, Minnie. You can let me handle this. If you say so, Professor. Minnie grumbles at Theo as she walks out. What's eating you, Theo? Theo doesn't so much as glance at Mr. Henkel. He unfurls a rolled-up newspaper from the inner pocket of his coat. He hands it to me. Oh no. At a glance, I can see the phrases, "Fairies are real, evil is afoot, fairies killing humans," spelled out in bold, oversized letters. As I begin reading, my patron peers over my shoulder to read as well. It is not the chief's statement that made the front page. It's another bizarre murder, and this time the victim is a beloved celebrity. She danced until her body gave out. They wrote all the excessively grisly details connected to her death. Moreover, the reports surrounding the other homicides have been thoroughly sensationalized and exaggerated. They've depicted fairies as evil enemies of mankind, and in some parts they even insinuate that war between beings is brewing. Reading all of this makes my heart sink and my stomach churn. I need to put the paper down for a moment. This is truly awful. I've already checked the crime scene. The details of this latest incident look similar to what we've uncovered from the previous murders. Given everything, I'd say fairies definitely in the picture here, though it's still hard to make heads or tails of all this. It's very difficult to grasp their motives, but judging by the methods and frequency, I have to say this is significant. Something big might be going on in the land of the fairies. As the conversation unfolds, Mr. Henkel appears deeply in thought. I need you to check something really quick. Theo gives me a photograph of the celebrity. Knowing exactly what he wants, I retrieve the blacklight from my drawer and examine the photograph closely. Both Theo and Mr. Henkel peek over my shoulder to see. A sigil, the same one as the other three victims had. I suppose now we can establish that these are targeted murders. I nod at him. For some reason, Mr. Henkel is nodding with me. Although the fourth victim, Mary Hatcher, doesn't have the sigil, does she? Did you find anything more about it? Theo shakes his head, leaving behind a troubled look. Nobody in the purchase records has a strong link to the girl. We're asking around here and there. The girl was a saint. Everybody loved her. Her squabble with Mrs. Niblet is the strongest lead we have. A striking realization dawns upon me. What if a fairy transformed into a human and purchased the poison? What, they can do that? Suddenly, Mr. Henkel's familiar voice fills the room after his long stretch of silence. Oh yes, Detective. Although when a fairy shifts into human shape, they cannot assume the identity of someone already living. Your culprit may well be a name on the list, but one that doesn't truly exist. I give a nod in agreement with his words, feeling slightly proud that my patron is reading all the knowledge this university has to offer. Theo flinches at Mr. Henkel's input, clearly having dismissed him as part of the furniture. He then scoffs. Theo! All I get from Theo is a shrug. Surprisingly, he turns toward the patron. From what I've come to understand, fairy magic is more than capable of doing the killing. They've no need for poison. But I won't discard the possibility. Mr. Henkel only replies with a smile. Well, that's certainly a rare occurrence. Theo goes back to ignoring Mr. Henkel and talks directly to me. I should mention that I've gotten permission for you to check the crime scene. Come with me tomorrow. I'll see what I can do. Hello, my birthday yesterday was so fun. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you had a good birthday. Did you have good food? Did you have good games? Movies? What you do? I'm leaving the newspaper here. There are more articles about Faeology that you should read. Without so much as a word of goodbye to Mr. Henkel, Theo turns and leaves. I pick up the paper again and continue reading, while Mr. Henkel silently reads alongside me. The field of Faeology is indeed mentioned quite markedly, but its loyalty to humankind is under scrutiny. Although the police chief spoke of our help, the papers continue to raise doubts about our involvement in these killings. Happy birthday, Briar. It's not yet my birthday. Is the Faeology University a friend or a foe? Nice! We got the good ending. I got myself manga. Nice! That's good! What manga did you get? And that was just a demo. I think that's very interesting. I can't really grasp the idea of the fairies yet. I probably need to read the encyclopedia more. But I like the investigation mechanic. It's very detailed. We can say happy birthday early. We could. Okay, go back to this screen. Oh hey, it's Aiden. Welcome, Aiden. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Oh, you got Spy Family. Nice. That's a classic. Okay, wait. I gotta put Noba on the other side or he gets covered by Chet. There you go. There you go, Noba. You having a good time, Noba? I think he's having a good time. I'm gonna drink some water. It's 2 a.m. You can't sleep. Happens. Last night I really couldn't sleep well at all as well. I think I fell asleep at like 3. Let me drink. Water. It's kind of hard, the mechanic. Yeah, it is a little difficult to grasp because you don't exactly know what your character knows, even though you can check the encyclopedia and stuff. But you don't know if your character knows, even though maybe you might know it, so it might be a bit difficult. Maybe you can... There is like an insight function, but it's not very clear either, because some of the things, like when they show the black light, the character doesn't really have a realization like, oh, there's this light, and I know these things. But I think the whole... just dragging and scanning is kind of cool, at least. Maybe it can be expanded upon in the future, because these are just demos. These are by the same developer, this game and the game where the old lady tried to raise up the tiger guy. It's by the same developers. I like the art styles. The art styles are very nice. They're from Indonesia. Nice. Well, we'll chill for a little bit. Let me explain a bit about what we are going to do and stuff. Oh, your neighbors. What do you mean, my neighbors? Huh? What's going on? Oh, you mean Indonesia? I see. Yes, it is my neighbors. Or did I mess up there? No, you're good. I just forgot. I just didn't realize that's what you meant. Hello there. Hello, Ken. Welcome. We just finished the game. We're just doing a little bit of chilling. Head pad. Thank you for head pad. Eep time. Hope your day is going well. It's going pretty good. I think I'm a little tired because I didn't sleep very well last night. Because I was trying to sleep and then I just couldn't fall asleep. It was like 3 a.m. maybe, and then I fell asleep. And then I woke up at like 7:30 for works and stuff. She was gaming. Man, I'm late to stream. I'm sorry, but tomorrow we are playing Kingdom Hearts. So Kingdom Hearts will probably be a long stream, but at the same time, tomorrow I have to work, even though it's a Saturday. So I'm not sure if I will be able to stream like the 5-6 hours. Was it 6 hours? No. I think it's 6 hours. Like 5-6 hours of Kingdom Hearts that I've been streaming for Kingdom Hearts. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Speaking of taking care of myself, I think this one's the last visual novels for the Choose Wisely Festival, but we do have 2 more games for the Choose Wisely Festival that we are doing on Monday. We're doing that on Monday, but I think they're not really visual novels. I think they're more like those kind of surreal games because they look kind of surreal. It's Good News and Butter Side Down. I think maybe they are visual novels. I actually didn't check. I know all the games in the festival are like very narrative heavy, but I don't think... Yeah, it's like, okay, one of them is like a point and click, and the other ones, it's like, okay, the other one is a choose, like choices matter kind of thing. That is not necessarily a visual novel, but still like choose where to go and stuff like that. And they both have kind of like pixelized, a little surreal-y kind of art styles. So we'll see how that goes. Work on Saturday. Yeah, unfortunately. At least it's the last time I need to work on Saturday. Oh no, you took me over? Why'd you took me over? Kingdom Hearts. Okay, let me just check. Have you guys been talking on Discord or something? Okay, no more notice in the Discord. I hope it ain't too bad. You have a huge rest of Sunday. Yeah, that's true. Also, I thought that I was going to have a free week next week because I thought that I'm on leave next week because I took some leave days. But unfortunately, it's not next week. I took leave starting from next week. So that's unfortunate. I still have to go to work next week. But I'm slowly going through the last dredges of work that I have to fulfill. So that's good. Oh, Nobel woke up. Oh, thank you for head pat. Is still your previous work that you're finishing? Yes, it's like it's several months' notice. I will be back in January. I'll be going home in January, and wow.
Donated 15.00.
TA, thank you, TA. Also, thank you for head pat. Oh my god, thank you, TA. Thank you, TA, for dono. It's the bar slowly creeping up. Even though I honestly I'm not expecting to hit 100%. Even when I was making the goals. Nice TA. Yeah, thank you TA. I have a that's a lot. What happened? What happened to OBS? Oh, okay, we're back. It dropped to yellow for what 1 second, and now we're back. What was I saying? There was a big lag. No, it's not you. It's me this time. OBS dropped for like 1 second. Like the connection just tanked. But we're back. We're back. We're back. Ugh. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A little bit tired today. Not because I was streaming. What happened? We're back. We're back. Don't worry. Don't worry, Mama. We're back. Briar, don't go. I'm still here, right? Am I here? I'm here, right? I'm definitely still alive. Hey, don't scare me. I'm live. I'm definitely still live. It's okay. It's an end of the week. It's normal. Yeah, that's fair. Oh hey, I'm here. Hello, Yoko. Unfortunately, we finished the game. She's sleeping. He's awake now. You're here yet? Good. Just a weird ledge. Yeah, OBS dropped for a sec. Big yawn. Big yawn. I'm literally shaking and crying right now. C'est la vie. I made it at least. Hi, welcome. Speaking of French, did you guys see that 𝒊𝒏𝒌𝒔 won like so many awards? Very deserved. Very deserved. Very good game. I need to finish it. I just kind of for 𝒊𝒏𝒌𝒔. I just beat Sprung and then I just stopped playing. They won 9 awards. Yeah! 33 street. There's a patch with new content. Oh my gosh. Guess we gotta pick it up again. Maybe I'll make it like members stream. Because I think most of it will be like grinding to beat the boss, I think. I'm gonna drink more water. Go. Speaking of members, you guys should connect your YouTube to your Discord so that you automatically get into the member server. And then when you're in the member server, we have a Minecraft server now. So you gotta tell me your Minecraft username and I'll add you to the server. And you can play Minecraft. Because some people are already playing it. Some of the members are already in the server. It's the one where I was playing on the other day, where I spawned in the savannah. I'll probably also play, but mostly on stream. Did you connect YouTube to Discord? Oh, you just go to Discord and you click connect. Discord hates my YouTube account. Every time I try to link it, it errors. Oh dear. That's no bueno. I don't know how I can help you there. It's better for me that we do it the automation, because otherwise I can't keep up with people who are in. It's better that it's automated. Have you tried praying to the machine spirit? Dear machines, please be good to me. Be message to me. Oh. Yeah, just a little tired. So we're doing some lazy yapping. Lazy yapping right now. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look at who is streaming and see who we can invade later. Oh, thank you for head pay. My YouTube account is so old. They changed Google accounts like 5 times. Oh, I have that. I also have a very old YouTube account, but that's not the account I'm using right now. Actually, I'm curious. When did I make my other account? Head pile, thank you. Now I'm curious. When did I make my other account? Because I had the account. I had 2 accounts. Then I deleted the older one, and now I use this one, which is also kind of old. Come on, YouTube, load. You're not loading. Oh, thank you for head pads. Okay, let's see. How old is my account? 2009. Jeez, that's a single digit right there. You deserve head pads. Thank you. Yeah, this is a very old account that I have. I made in 2009. Holy, yeah. I was about a wee little lassie. Okay, let me see. Yoko, are you in the... Ah, yeah, you're in the membership now. Nice. Wow. It's like the YouTube... I wasn't even born. What do you mean you weren't even born yet? Let me drink water. My YouTube account's from 2006. Ah! Someone older than me. Someone with an older account than me. But yeah, like our YouTube accounts are like back then you didn't even have Google yet, so like the YouTube account isn't technically like a Google. Like my Google account doesn't even like a Gmail. Late 2000s. Let's go. That was like 50 years ago. What do you mean 50 years ago? Alright, I was looking for who is playing, and maybe I need more friends. I feel not no more friends, but like more fellow people to raid into later. I know like some of the mutuals are on, but at the same time they've been on for a while, so I don't know if I go in, they will actually no. We can still go in. It'll be their responsibility to raid out again later. Where can you check the date? You go to your YouTube channel, and it will in the about. That you click more. You can see when you joined YouTube. My YouTube account is closer to my birthday than it is to my actual age. Damn. What? Your YouTube account is... Did you make a YouTube account when you're like 1 year old? What? Okay, theory 2012. Nice! 2012 was a good year. Account was YouTube, then Google, and then social media junk, then the web. Oh, you mean Google Plus? It was a brand account, then a fiction not be a brand. Oh yeah, brand accounts are kind of annoying to deal with. My mom is 2005 of February. You talking about YouTube or her actual age? Born in 94, my YouTube account was 2006. I made it when I was 12 and I'm 39. So I've had a account for 19 years. I see! Nice. That means you're... I'm trying to think what kind of zodiac was 1994, but I don't remember. But nice. Everybody was on the YouTubes when without parental supervision. I'm kidding. We probably did have at least some parental supervision. Zodiac based on birthday. No. I meant like the Eastern one. I'm thinking like what the year was. The calendar thing. Yeah. Like which year it was. I think it's dog. Yeah, dog. Yeah, you're a dog. You got that dog in you. I couldn't get gift member and found out the baby brand. Oh, now you can get gift member then, right? Mine was 2013. Nice. 2013. Wow. My mom made her account in February. I see. But I was thinking like, if your mom is born in 2005, that's way too young. You're a Cancer Dragon. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Dragon sounds cool. If you guys that oh yeah, that reminds me. So you know Senfai who we have been collabing V-Rising with here and there. Senfai had her birthday very recently, just literally a couple days ago, and she had a wallpaper that's her in the year of the snake, because she was born in the year of the snake, and it's like, well, such a pretty little wallpaper. Happy birthday. Yeah, we'll collab with her next week. You can say like a belated birthday then, if you want to do it like for real. But yeah, she did like a year of a snake kind of phone wallpaper kind of thing for like her Kohai's, that's her fan base name. So I was thinking like, if I did one, that wouldn't work, because where can one find said wallpaper? You have to join her Discord. You have to join her Discord server. She uploaded it there. There's like a not safe for work version. Like, not really not safe for work, like a spicy version as well, where she's just in the underwears and stuff. And oh yeah, so I was saying, big for me, I'm born in a zodiac year. I don't think if I say this, you guys will find out my zodiac year. But I'm born in like a zodiac year that's like basically not cool. So I could never do that. Because snake sounds cool. Snake is cool. Dragon is cool. Mine is not cool. Rooster. That's your guess? My mom made her account on her birthday. I see. That's nice. She celebrated by opening a YouTube account. I would love a rooster. A chicken? KFC? Drink some water. You're a dog. You got that dog in you? Wait. You're the dog. You and Yoko could be the same age. Because you're both dogs. It's tied to local legends. I see. But you're a dragon. Isn't a dragon cooler? The two uncool ones are rooster and rat. So I can extrapolate years from that. And pig. The oinkers. I mean, I guess the uncool ones are basically the ones at the back. It's like, yeah, it's like a popularity race. Oh, the uncool ones are at. Oh wait, no, rat is in the front. What am I doing? Could do the pig cutesy. I guess there is like that Pokemon. What was it Pokemon name again? The one that looks like super sleep. The one in Scarlet Violet. Scarlet Violet pig. Lechonk! Yeah. To do like Lechonk. Yeah. No, Spoink is the one that perishes. But I can see why you thought of Spoink immediately. Squishy pleasure, squishy. Squishy. Drink more water. Eleven thirty p.m. It's okay, Briar. You still deserve all the head pats. Thank you. On the head pats. All the head pats. Oh my god, it's a head pad. Thank you. Thank you for head pad. Okay. Me hips. Short hair. Oh my god. Okay. I'll stay for 5 minutes for the short hair. I was gonna leave, but I'll stay 5 minutes for the short hair. Ugh. Thank you for head pats. Auntie Briar mood. Auntie. Oh my bad. No. It's okay. Go ahead. The points are there for you to use. I didn't know I'm watching 2 streams at once. You're watching 2 streams at once? Oh my god, glasses! Glasses? I got them glasses. Now it's full auntie. Oh my god. She got bullied into. Don't bully. No bully. Okay, let me just put the redirect first. In case I forget. Because there was one time I forgot, and it was very beige. No bully the Nightmare Demon. No bully. No bully. Glasses? Yeah, we got glasses. Glasses. Looks nice. Thank you. Got the glasses, Riz. If you have glasses, is it Riz? Is that what it is these days? Is that what it is? Is there anything else you guys want to say as we wrap up? You just gotta be the librarian on their song. But I'm not a librarian. You're gonna edit the picture and give you makeup. How would makeup look like on an anime character though? Stinky. You're stinky. You are a stinker. Also, I have to get up a little early for work. So I'll probably after this one will be like Hong Shnu. And maybe I'll continue drinking my water. This is what happens when you marinate meat in soy sauce. You're a stinky nerd. No, you are. You're a stinky nerd. Hong Shnu to your Hans curtains. Thank you. But it's very nice nerd. I'm not a nerd. I'm not a nerd. At least I stopped sniffling. Big breath. Makeup on an anime character. Check dress up drilling or the apoth. Oh, okay. I see. I understand now. Like a little bit of lip gloss and some eyeshadow. I didn't mean to offend. No, it's okay. No, but it's just chilling. What now? What now? Wait, I need to, maybe I should. Why are you a monster? Don't turn into a monster. On my head! Ah, okay. Sorry, I kicked the table. My bad. Sudden growth, but I'm a monster because I see. You're okay? Yeah. Cause I was trying to put up my leg. Headpad. Thank you for headpad. And now, my glasses are gone. That means I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go rest. But tomorrow we will be here. We'll be playing Kingdom Hearts. We will continue to... What did we do last? I think we beat Traverse Town. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye. Thanks, Briar. Thank you guys for coming here and coming every time. Being regulars and stuff like that. It's really appreciated. Also, don't forget, there's a donathon channel in the Discord now to vote for stuff and discuss about what we need to fulfill. So please give your suggestions, such as DM messages and stuff like that. Found Senpai's heart. That is a spice. It is a spicy meatball, isn't it? Thank you for stream. Alright, I'm going, but we will be going to our good friend Kapikon. Alright, bye now. Good night though. Good night.